Hi everyone, my name is Leanne and today I'm going to be telling you about my festive reading plans. So I'm hoping this is going to be a really quick video because I only have an hour until I need to leave for the airport to go back to Ireland for Christmas. I still haven't really packed. I've only just chosen the books that I'm going to be bringing with me, and even now I'm a little bit unsure. I have a massive pile and I know it's too many books, but this is what's happening. We're doing it. So I am counting my festive reading period from the moment I leave for the airport until I get back to London on the 28th. Of course, there are a few days left of the year then, just before New Year's, but I don't think I'm going to be reading anything in those few days. So it has become a tradition for me that I will always read a cozy romance when I'm traveling home for Christmas. And in recent years, I have had Christmas themed romances, but I had a look at my shelves, and while there are a lot more romance books that I've acquired this year, I haven't really got anything that is that sort of Christmassy. But nonetheless, I've picked up a couple of romances, starting with Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. Now, this is the same author who wrote The X Talk, which I read earlier this year and absolutely loved. So I'm really excited to read another book from her. This was also very kindly gifted to me by my wonderful friend Aoife for my birthday. So thank you so much, Aoife. That is so kind of you. Really excited to read this one. So in this romance, we are following Ari, who works at a TV station as a meteorologist. And unfortunately, her boss is really busy fighting with her ex, who just so happens to be the station's news director. And that is making Ari's life a pain. After a particularly explosive showdown, Ari and the very shy sports reporter Russell hatch a plan to get their bosses back together. And I'm sure there's no surprise there that when they're getting their bosses back together, chances are they're going to realize that they've got feelings for each other as well. I'm also going to bring Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. I don't actually know anything about this book, and quite frankly, the blurb is absurdly long and I don't want to read it. So I'm kind of just going into this one blind, although, you know, based on the cover, based on the title, I feel like I know what I'm getting with this. Charlotte over at Coiny Reads also mentioned recently that she sped through this in one day. So that's definitely the kind of read I'm looking for the Christmas period. In terms of specifically Christmassy books, I do have a few, starting with The Christmas Carols, The Christmas Competition by Mel Taylor Besant. This is the second book in a middle grade series all about a family who absolutely adore Christmas. I read the first book from this series last year and I thought it was so much fun, just the perfect, coziest Christmassy vibes. This will be one that I pick up on Christmas Eve and just speed through in one sitting. Not specifically Christmassy, but definitely wintry. I'm going to be reading The Good Bear by Sarah Leanne. This is about a young girl named Thea who, during the school holidays, is really looking forward to spending some time with her father. But when she arrives in Norway, something feels off. Something feels not quite right. Her father is distant and she also needs to share him with his new family. And it is then that Thea makes a discovery in the woods. She discovers a bear who is scared and hungry and needs her help. I think this is another one that I'll probably blast through in one sitting, maybe also on Christmas Eve. Just top tier cozy reading. I'm also going to be reading The Frost Goblin by Abby Elphinstone with illustrations by Fiona Woodcock. Fiona Woodcock also illustrates The Good Bear. So this is quite a long picture book. It's longer than your standard 32 pages for a picture book and also has a bit more writing on it as well. In this story, we are following Bertie Crash Wallop, who doesn't feel like he really fits into his loud, zany family. He doesn't really feel like there's space for a quiet boy like him. But then, on the night of the deepest frost, Bertie discovers a family of goblins, and he has to help them scatter their frost magic before it's too late. And perhaps through doing this, the goblins are going to teach Bertie what it really means to belong. I think this is going to be an absolutely gorgeous story. Another one that is just super cozy. There's a couple of books that I'm in the middle of as well, so I'm going to take those with me too. The first of those is The Silver Chain by Jian Shibani. This is a YA novel that is told in verse, which is something that I really love. Really enjoying this one so far. It is about a 16-year-old girl who is dealing with a lot of things that all 16-year-olds kind of deal with, finding her place in the world, fitting in, friendships, a strained school life, but she's also dealing with her mother's very difficult mental health issues. Something that has really shone through in this book so far as well is our main character's absolute adoration for music. She is a keen violinist. I'm finding this a really powerful book so far. And then I also have Like a Charm by Elle McNichol. This is a middle grade book. I have read 2 books from Elle McNichol previously and I thought they were fantastic. I'm only about 60 pages into this so far, but really enjoying it. This is about a young girl named Ramya and her discovery of magical powers in some form. We're still kind of finding out the details about this at the point I am in the book, but I think magical creatures are linked in some way. So that is it. I realized this has been super quick and I didn't go into a huge amount of detail about the books. I am going to be taking my Kindle with me as well, so I may pick up some other stuff as well when I'm at home. We'll see how we get on. Let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them, or let me know what you're reading for the festive season. That's it for me today. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will speak to you in my next video.
Just see those sleigh bells jingle and ring, jingle, jingle, ring.